2019 Alice chassis. So this one is literally straight out of the box. This is how it comes to you in the kit. What we like to do is just run it on air, make sure everything's doing what it should be doing. You can see all the mechanical parts inside. We've just run through to make sure things are nice and tight, no bolts have come loose while it's been shipped over. And actually, because it's got no boiler on it, you've got no regulation over the speed of the chassis. So all we do is keep the pressure down, plug it on the air lines, run it forward and reverse, oil everything up and make sure the timing is good. So we're going to give that a go. Put it on a couple of wooden blocks just across the buffer beams, get the wheels off the floor so it won't fly off the bench. And then you've got this stainless banjo screw. If you take this out, that's where the main steam pipe comes in. So what I do is I dicker a little bit of oil in there, steam oil or normal thin oil, whichever you want. And then we've got a custom built fitting that we use. Screw that brass fitting in. There we go. This is just a standard air fitting on the top here, so snap fit air fitting. Leave it in mid gear, because if it's in full gear, as soon as you plug it in, the thing will fly into movement. So leave that in mid gear, and we'll plug the airline in and see what happens. One of the jobs I do, go around, check all the Allen key grub screws are actually nice and tight on the fly cranks near the mechanical part. I've already done that. Next step is a little bit of oil on all the moving parts. You can't over oil a new moto, or the bearing surfaces are wearing in. You won't do any damage by putting too much oil on. You can do some considerable damage by not putting enough on. Use a good quality engine oil, nothing more. Get it on all moving parts, everywhere that you can, particularly axle boxes, on the rods, crossheads top and bottom, on both sides. Don't forget all the pump eccentrics in the pump. Anything that moves, oil it. Got a little hit of air there from the airline, just as fitting, doesn't make any difference to us now. Actually got this running at about 50 psi, so in mid gear you get absolutely nothing, no air coming up. As you put it into gear, hopefully she'll burst into life. It's full forward gear, watch up. Notch up in reverse, full reverse gear. You can hear the slight difference in tone when you're in notch up versus being in full gear. Usually run this like this for a couple of minutes, just make sure everything's doing what it should be doing. If you want to stop it, just pull it back into mid gear. Actually, it will stop moving, and you can put it back directly into reverse. Once you've run it for a little bit of time, you can just check for friction, make sure nothing's getting too hot. If it starts to slow down or there's any binding, bring it to a stop and have a feel around. If there's friction, there'll be heat, things will be warm. While you're wearing in the bearing surfaces, you will get a lot of black oil and mess coming out of bearings and other parts. That's to be expected. That's just the soft parts of the bearings wearing out before you get the hard surface. One critical thing you've got to remember if you're going to run it on air like this is add oil to that cylinder. Because it's got O-rings, it'll get dry very quick if you don't, and it'll all come to a grinding halt. It's not the end of the world. Just take the main steam pipe back out again, get some oil in there, work the chassis back and forth, and eventually it'll work its way through. In the normal running of the steam model, you'll have steam oil coming from this lubricator. So it's not important, but while running on air, you won't have any lubrication on the internals of this steam chest. So just bear that in mind. That'll give you a good idea if all of the items on the chassis are free and loose and running as they should be. That was a pretty successful run on air. We're happy with this one. You're now ready to move on to your next step. Finish off your build.